really talk about this because I never see black men out in the daytime just doing normal shit, either by themselves or in a group of other black men. They are always on dates. Always. And I be outside. Only time I really see black men who are either with other black men or are by themselves are at the club or at a day party or a block party, a very inherently social space. For example, I was at a food fest yesterday. I went to the Feast of San Gennaro in New York City. I saw exactly one black man who was not on a date or out with his family. And I can assume that they're on a date because it's just the man and the woman. You know what I'm saying? So where are these black men to date? The only times men are coming up to me, approaching me, and getting my number is like at day parties in the club. I don't only want to meet guys at the day party in the club. I want to meet a man, just out doing things that I would naturally do. It shows that
If you want to meet a man out in the wild doing things that you're doing things that you normally do. You go into food festivals. Men on their own aren't saying, "Oh, I've got some free time today. Let me go to food festival." You've got to meet the men where they are, and if you don't, then they're going to go where there's an accepted place, the club. But you don't want that, okay? And I think we're being hyperbolic. We're saying that men are not outside. The men you want to see are not outside. The men you are interested in are not there. Or when you do see them, they happen to be on a date. Now let's be fair. Men really learn how to experience the world through women, right? The finer or the softer things, the more enjoyable things. Men are very utilitarian. It's left by themselves. Most of us are just going to sort of grind. We're going to get into whatever thing we're currently working at and try to be the best at that. That's how we're sort of driven and operated. Of course, not all of us. But if I'm left to my own vices, yeah, I'm not going to think, oh, let me go out to do something, a wine tasting. I'm not thinking about that. Not that that doesn't sound good. Not that that sounds interesting. It's just not the highest priority for most men. And before we, dive down more into this, just hit that, like button, comment, subscribe. Uh, Hit the notification bell so you don't miss new uploads. Listen, I'm still under the weather, but I'm still trying to, push more content out to you guys. So forgive me if the voice is a little scratchy or if I got to start and stop. Just roll with it. Just roll with it. Let's continue.
we're both interested in the same things. But it seems like men are only interested in those things when they're going on dates. That's just my observation. That's just my observation. So where are they?
Men are in the same place that women are, right? In a sense, you go home, right? You go to work, you go to school. Men are in these places, right? Be real when you're having these conversations. Where are the men that I am actually interested in? The ones that I find attractive. And when I do see them out, those attractive and interesting men, they're on dates. We go, like, if this is a newsflash, we go on dates, plan dates for you, right? Most of us, as we get older, we start to learn that, okay, you can't work all the time. That's the phase I'm sort of learning and sort of leaning into. If and for those that know me in real life, they would laugh and scoff at that comment right there. But what I'm trying to do is lean more into enjoying the things, enjoying the fruit of my labor. So if I'm going to ask you on a date, I'm going to invite you to do something that I'm doing because I'm already going to do it. Whether or not you flake or not, I'm still going to go here and do this thing. That is a safe bet. Me and my guys sort of came up with. And if it is something interesting, it is something interesting. But we're more willing to be more adventurous and try things that we normally wouldn't do because, hey, I have company. Hey, you might find this interesting. If you find this interesting, you may think I'm interesting. So I'm going to do the interesting food festival with a date. I'm not inviting my guys out and say, hey, there's a food festival. To be fair, I might do that. Right? Depending on the friend. If I have one of my friends that's really into the culinary arts or really into food or wine tasting, yeah, we can make that a thing. But that's not a natural state that they're in. If we're doing something like that, it's probably because we got keyed into it from some girl in the past that said, "Hey, I'll put you onto this. This sounds interesting." Or we do things that are offshoots of things that we would enjoy. But candle making, right? Pottery. Yeah, men really aren't going to do that. That's not our natural thing. So if you want to find men, you have to go where they are. Men have understood that. Right? Men understood that. It's the law of nature. It's the law of the jungle. You have to go where the prey is. If you're out there at the watering hole, I need to know where the watering hole is because you'll be there. You just can't. This how this screams to most men. It comes across as you want to be lazy. Like you don't want to do the work. You still want to go about your own life, doing your things that you find interesting, that that move you to get out the house. Then you want men to naturally be into the same things you are. If you constantly think men are the same way you are, then you're always going to have this deficit. You're always going to be looking about and say, "Where are the men? Where are the men? Where are the men?" And we're looking and saying, "Yeah, we do go grocery shopping. We do go out. We do the same things you do, except on the baseline of things. I have to eat. I have to sleep. I have to go to work, public transportation, or have my own car. But if you're so niched down into the things you find interesting, yeah, then you're probably just gonna find other women that find that interesting. And that's not a dig. It's just if you really are interested in finding men, why don't you ask men? Why don't you go where you know those men are saying they're going? You may not like it. You may, twist your face up and say, I don't find that interesting. Okay. On their own, men don't find a lot of things that women do interesting. There's that that notion going around that uh a lot of women say like, you're gay because you just want to hang out with your friends. Well, they're similar to me, right? And I don't have to walk on eggshells or hold up, some sort of pretense. I can be myself. I can be as vulgar or as noble as I want to be. There's an ease to that. If you want your man, right, and we're talking about something a little different here, if you want your man to want to be with you, you've got to provide that environment. You've got to make it seem where he can be himself around you, not who he thinks you need him to be. Right. And that I think that's probably a whole nother video. But for now, to reiterate the point, if you want to find where the men are, you have to go where the men are. Nowhere in there do you say, "Oh, you went to a bowling alley. Men like bowling." Like men like throwing things at other things and hearing it go boom. You didn't go there. You didn't go to gun range. Right? Men are there. You didn't go to sports bar. Men like sports. Men like bars. They put it together. Sports bar. If you continue to just look where you want to look, you're not going to find something different outside of the men. Oh, he's on a date. Good for him. Kudos to him. He knows that women like these things. I'm gonna take her there. He's not gonna go there with his best friend. Hey man, what are you doing later? Let's go to a wine tasting. Hey, what are you doing later? Let's go to this food fest. Nah, actually, I think my best friend he would enjoy that. So yeah, maybe I'm not the greatest example of this, but you get the sentiment. Go where the people you're looking for are. It's really just that simple. But be real. If you're actually there to get male attention, you might have to do that awful, disgusting thing like shoot your own shot.